Hiya, Georgie.
Hi, Ken.
You want to go for a ride?
Sure, Ken.
Alright guys, so right after we get this video up on YouTube, we are jetting over to San Diego Comic-Con. So tomorrow, that is Friday, July 19th, I am hosting a panel for the 8-episode Amazon exclusive series Dark Web at the Horton Grand Theater, which I just found out the It Chapter 2 panel was actually just yesterday at that same theater. Lucky me, I gotta follow on those ones. Right now, looking online, I see we have over 230 people reserved to already attend the panel. I've never spoken to that many people at once. This is exciting. We're almost at full capacity, so if you're going to San Diego Comic-Con, make sure to reserve a spot. Dark Web is this serialized anthology series. It follows this mystery drama about tracking down a missing person, which of course has like these dark cyber technology elements infused throughout. But each episode also weaves an anthology tale. Think of it like a Tales from the Dark Web. My plan was to at least watch like 4 episodes just to feel prepared for it, but I ended up binging the whole thing because guys, it's seriously like a really great show. There's some truly clever writing throughout. I absolutely loved every single one of the anthology stories. They're eerie, tense, suspenseful, character-driven, thought-provoking. They're all wonderfully directed, very unique to one another. The acting is great. No joke, I really recommend it. I am so happy I get to host this panel. Like, so happy because the show is actually really good. It premieres tomorrow on Amazon Prime, same day of the panel, so make sure to go check it out online. Anyway, on to It Chapter 2.
Something happens to you when you leave this town. The farther away, the hazier it all gets. For me, I never left.
Like,
I remember all of it.
Oh, cool. Wow. How can you not be excited for this?
The losers.
We made an oath.
Swear? If it isn't dead, if it ever comes back, we'll come back.
Yes, Bill Hader.
Stop it.
Pennywise.
The clown.
Stranger Things.
yeah.
Don't let it happen again.
Hello?
Dead.
Ouch.
Hello. For 27 years, I dreamed of you.
I know that character is it.
I craved you. I miss you. We need to finish. For good.
Still all this time. It consumes us from the inside until we don't have a choice anymore. You lied. And I died.
Those lazy eyes.
God, I'm loving the feeling of it. It's so much of like Pennywise is pissed and he
Yeah.
wants to make you suffer because in that first one he's just so gleeful and doing what he does, right? And this time it feels like personal for everyone involved. I could already tell. I don't know if it's going to be better than It Chapter 1, but it's going to far exceed the adult version of the miniseries. That's for sure.
Yeah.
There's not a doubt in my mind it's going to be better than that.
Yeah, when it looks like they're dialing up the intensity for sure. Because I thought the first the remake from a couple of years ago was really well done, but one thing I could have maybe used a bit more of was like suspense and tension, and this makes it look like a really tense, really fraught movie.
Yeah.
And that's exciting to me.
Yeah, I mean, well, the trailers for the first movie didn't really capitalize on the fun interaction that the characters were going to be having. I think that was a really fun surprise a lot of us felt when we were watching the movie. I feel like we'll get that with these. I hope so. I mean,
we have to.
I love watching famous people interact with one another. You know? So I want to see the chemistry with all of them. And I finished all of Barry on HBO recently. I have now joined the Bill Hader train. Every time I'm online, someone's raving about Bill Hader, and I was like, "What's so great about Bill?" And I'm sure he's a talented guy, right? And then I watch Barry, and I'm like, "I see what all the hype about Bill Hader is." So now I'm super duper excited that he's in this movie. He's easily the one I'm most looking forward to seeing what he does, even though he's like the least capitalized one on.
James McAvoy was in this a lot, and then Jessica
Chastain. Couldn't remember her freaking name at the time. And it looks like they did bring back some of the cast from part 1 to do like flashback scenes.
Yeah, they said that the younger versions would be, somewhat integral to the story at least. So yeah, I imagine those actors are all going to make appearances throughout this and like slightly new footage and stuff.
Right. I'm sure if I went to the IMDb and really studied it, I can be 100% about this. This might be a potential spoiler, just if you have seen the miniseries or read the book. But the guy in the mental hospital, I'm assuming that is the bully character from part 1. And he's all grown up now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I won't go into plot details in case you happen to skip out on both of those things. Either way, like the funhouse element to it does look very in your face. It feels very hard,
Yeah, well, and it looks like it's got a good amount of that surreal stuff as well. And according to Jessica Chastain, they used like a record-breaking amount of blood on this film, like 4,500 gallons of fake blood. And there's at least one little shot here or there where she's covered in it. So I gotta imagine they're gonna up the gore factor here.
I'm fascinated with it because I remember this commentary was going around a lot of how Stranger Things aped a little bit, obviously from like Stephen King and things like It, and then It seemed to borrow from Stranger Things, and so it was kind of bringing this full circle. And then Stranger Things season 3 came out, which had this like big buildup to a fair and a carnival and a really cool episode that takes place there. And then a lot of this trailer takes place at a fair and even a mirror maze and stuff.
Even a fun house, totally. Which I wonder how much of that is like them nodding to Stephen King and then this just happening to coincide in time with that, or if this is going to be one of those unfortunate things where it's like, the inspiration and the proximity to that stuff is kind of cheapening the effect. I don't know.
And while I think all the horror and the gore looks like it's going to really deliver on some like excellent thrills, Bill Skarsgård looks as great as ever. Evidently their budget is bigger. You can tell like the effects are just incredible here. My concern is the fact that, I know you got a bunch of famous dudes in this movie. And a female.
And a famous chick.
Yeah. The center of the magazine, whatever that magazine was. Like, everyone's like, feminism! Whatever, she's the one woman. Let her be in the center of the ensemble. There's a bunch of men on there,
Plus,
right?
like, everybody in that first movie falls in love with Beverly at some point.
Like,
she seems
kind of continues a little bit here. I do hope that you can still get a rewarding emotional journey that's not just on repeat. Because I didn't read the book. I saw the miniseries, and that was my issue with the adult version. It was boring. Just seemed to be like, hey, remember when we were kids? And then we cut to the kids, and the kids were just so much better. And I just don't want it to be a retread. So while I think they're delivering on the things you need for like a really cool trailer and to sell tickets and whatever, I really do think that what It Chapter 1 surprisingly delivered for a worldwide audience was a great emotional journey with the characters. And it's hard to like convey that in these trailers. So I'm just hoping that is also just as rewarding as it was in part 1.
I'm hoping it will be. I know Andy Muschietti said that at least for the one character of Mike, they wanted to, Isaiah Mustafa, who, he stays behind, he becomes the librarian and stuff like that. And they said they wanted to make his character have more of a struggle and more of a trauma surrounding the events of the first one. And if that is true, and if that's the sensibility they're bringing in, I hope that that'll kind of spread to the other characters and they'll be able to solve some of the issues that made the original movie miniseries maybe not so completely enjoyable.
Yeah. But either way, I'm excited for this. I'll definitely be there. It comes out 3 days after my birthday.
Oh, boom.
Warner Brothers.
I'm getting you for your birthday.
Can Warner, my birthday, contact Warner Brothers. Tell them We've already done 4 gigs with him.
Yeah, I know.
Can you please get us on your
Worked
press
with you a
screening
lot,
list?
so we helped you with home video. Why don't you want
Just get us
that for theatrical?
Get us in
Come
your press
on.
screening. As I would love to see this early.
Yeah.
And then crap all over your movie.
Yeah, make sure no one sees it.
No
Ruin
one sees-
your studio.
This was a mistake, Warner
Yeah.
Brother. You shouldn't have invited us.
And then Disney will buy you, and then our job will be done.
Nah, I'm like more than confident. I'm gonna really enjoy the hell out of this.
I'm excited.
Anyway, guys, are you excited for It Chapter 2? Do you think it will be better than Part 1? Make sure to comment below. We got to get going right away. You guys can subscribe to The Real Rejects. Please click that notification bell. We're going to try to cover whatever we can if we have time while we're at Comic-Con. It's the first time I'm ever going, so I'd like to, do more than just stay in a hotel. So I'm going to be exploring around, probably be late to anything that drops. And yeah, if you're going to be at Comic-Con, make sure to check out the Dark Web panel. It starts at 1:30 p.m. and the show Dark Web premieres on Amazon Prime tomorrow.